Welcome to the podcast, guys. How y'all doing? We got a full house.
Lovely.
Know it.
And
Feeling great.
feeling good. First interview. We got the first interview. It's crazy that we get this first interview with my man, Akeem Streeter. Welcome.
What's good, my
Appreciate
guy?
y'all. Appreciate y'all
Welcome
for
to the
having
pod,
me.
man. I would dap you. We far.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, man, that's dope. It's crazy. You know, we grew up together, so
Right.
we won't get into all that. Maybe another episode. But yeah, man, it's great. It's great to have you here. It's a blessing.
I appreciate
Keep it in
y'all
the
for
family,
having
baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
So today we're gonna interview Akeem. We got these sample juices right here.
Oh, for sure.
So before we even get into it, I'm gonna ask you a question while we sample these juices.
Yeah, take those back.
How did you get into organic juice, man?
Well, it started off, I was doing juicing on my own. I was vegetarian for the past 2 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so, and
That's big time.
right.
I didn't know that.
So I was doing a lot of juicing. I was doing a lot of
Wow.
juicing and a lot of smoothies. And
Getting up
this
to-
past year, actually this year, I started back eating chicken. Chick-fil-A was calling my name.
Hey, Chick-fil-A called everybody's name, bro.
We're not
Everybody.
gonna talk about my little
I'm trying to tell
regular
you.
Chick-fil-A.
So it broke me down, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm getting them nuggets, but I wanted to service the community, wanted to have a way to, you know what I'm saying, give back and also let it be something that's healthy, and that's what I started doing with the juicing, coming up with the juicing company. I was letting a lot of people try my different juices when they come to the crib,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and they like them, so I'm like, oh, you know what, let me go ahead and service the people with these.
So how long have you been doing the lemonade too?
Since the beginning of this year.
So you did the lemonade, so orange juice
Both,
and lemonade.
yep,
What other flavors do you have on that?
Just them two right now. I just wanted to start off with those two, something basic that I know everybody knows and something everybody likes.
Okay.
Just to get the brand out there, get the awareness started first.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna start doing green juices next,
Wow.
and then so we can start doing like the detoxes. You know what I'm saying, for people.
Dr. OJ's, the
Dr.
organic
OJ's.
juice. I love the name. When I see it was crazy. I was on Instagram sliding, and I see something. I was like, "Is that a key?" And then I clicked on. I was like, "Dr. OJ, what?" That's a blessing, man.
Man, that's crazy that you say you seen on Instagram like that. It's that marketing really does work. You know what I'm saying? When you really put
Yeah.
time and effort into that
Mhm.
marketing, man, it really does pay off and really does work.
So when you grabbing the juice, like, is it what package size? Like, how does it work when you get like? Can I come? I hit you up and I get like 2 or 4. How does it work when I hit you up in your DM? Like, yo, I need some of the juice.
Well, I do 3. I do 3 for delivery.
Okay.
It has to be at least 3. Each juice is 8, and it's a 12 ounce bottle. I also do a case of 6 for 45.
Wow.
And
then-
we also do online, so I ship, and so yeah, nationwide,
Official.
yeah, all that.
I was about to say, because you delivering stuff, because before we doing, he was like, yeah, I had to do a quick delivery.
Yeah, I thought I was late.
Nah, man, you on
Nah,
time.
you on time,
You
man.
on time.
Hey, no locals around here. We not just local with it. We nationwide. Hey,
Right.
Worldwide.
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 So going forward, what you got going on for the next couple months? You gonna be pulling up anywhere, any pop-up shops, anything like that?
Yeah, so this Saturday, actually, August 17th, I got a pop-up shop. It's actually a little vendor market in Greensboro. It's off of Triad Street. I'm not sure the exact address. I have to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing that this weekend, and then usually every other Saturday I do this thing called Trap and Shop, which is basically like a little free vending market at a spot in University area called Burger I Am. It's a new little burger spot.
Okay.
It's like a franchise.
Okay.
It's black owned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, black owned. And
You know how we rocking?
yeah, exactly. So she's letting people come and doing setting up
blessing.
during
That's
the
good
day
promo.
on Saturdays,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
great promo.
So while people coming in getting their food, you know what I'm saying, they see different vendors set up.
So you say you'll be in Greensboro this Saturday. So I guess you're gonna be at that Burger I Am next Saturday.
Yep, the next Saturday.
So hey, Burger I Am. That'll be
Yeah,
like what's
yeah,
that?
pull
The
up.
24th. Something. Yeah, it's the 24th. So yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a blessing. So going forward, with your like, what's your dream with the Dr. OJ's? Because I know, like, getting in the juice, it may seem small now, but you it's gonna get big, man.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
exactly. And that's my goal for real.
Yeah.
I hope to open up a juice bar soon. I really want to start with a food truck and then eventually get
Wow.
into a juice bar.
Uh huh.
Somewhere and that's close to the communities that don't have a lot of healthy options.
Okay.
Because especially in Charlotte, a lot of the healthy options are on like the south side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, south side of the city for sure.
South side, north side.
Clean eats, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So exactly. So we need some of that stuff in, you know what I'm saying, around our areas.
Okay, I definitely support that because I feel like if you put that in our areas, in urban communities, we would be able to, we'd be more like
acceptable.
Acceptable to it, and you know what I'm saying. You won't be ignorant of information about your health.
Exactly.
So, because I know, like you said, you being a vegetarian for the last 2 years, that's big, bro. I didn't even know
That's
that.
a huge feat, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. God, I want to do something like that. I'm gonna start with just fish.
Hey, facts. That's how I started though.
Okay.
I started with just fish and shrimp,
Okay.
and then eventually weaned myself off of that to
Wow.
just eating vegetables and fruits and things like that.
Well, I'll do a little background. I know where you're from, but tell everybody where you're from, where you went to college, and things of that nature, bro.
Okay, well, I'm from east side of Charlotte.
Yes, sir.
Went to school, St. Augustine in Raleigh, graphic design. And then I'm recently just got back in school for paralegal at CPCC.
That's dope.
That's
What
dope,
made you
bro.
get into paralegal?
Well, I was just studying law on my own, honestly. Especially nowadays, like you need to know that
You
type
need to
of
know
stuff.
your rights.
The past 3 years, I was just studying law and just studying like nationality and things like that. And then I figured why not try to help, you know, others that's, you know, going into the courtrooms and not knowing how to file these paperwork and things like that. So that's what's getting a lot of us locked up and, you know what I'm saying, these situations. We going into court not knowing, you know what I'm saying, what really to do or what these terms mean, legalese, you know what I'm saying, that they're using against us.
Hey, that's another episode, and I definitely hit you up when we get to that because you sound very passionate about it.
Oh yeah.
And so we definitely let you know when we get to
Definitely,
that
for sure.
criminal justice episode. We start talking about the court system. But today's episode, I went with the title of "Minor Setback for Major Comeback." I wanted to talk about taking losses, and I know being your own small business owner, you know, as a small business owner,
Everybody at
taking
this
losses.
table know about taking losses.
They always tell me, I mean, if you ain't ever take a loss, how you supposed to learn how to win?
Exactly.
So, Ray, to you, when you any loss you ever had, like any loss you ever had, or anything that ever happened, what's for you is like in your back of your mind, like, oh man, I know I just took this loss, but I know I got wins on the way.
I mean, for me, especially kind of how I just like to turn things around now with this mindset that I have. I mean, I really don't lose. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, one of the good quotes is that loss is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? That lesson can become a blessing. So with that being said, I'll just really say that it's just more so
He says things and just tries to like act like it didn't happen.
Exactly. Like, yo, you need to slow down on that, bro.
So I mean, like they say, you know, a loss can become a lesson, but then that lesson can also become a blessing. So when you start shifting your mindset, and that's really one of the things that, you know, I like to try to bring to everyone's conscience, is just that when you start thinking that way, it makes it a whole lot easier to perceive and move forward. So with that being said, some of the lessons, truthfully, was just in this business game. So just like you said, you know, we're all pretty much black owners, entrepreneurs, things like that. So one of the things that I had to learn for myself personally was just that it was going to be us working like 5 to 10 times as hard just to get, you know, halfway through that same pretty much stereotypical quote that goes along.
Absolutely.
So with the finance piece of this, you know what I'm saying, that kind of dabbles back to one of the first episodes that we had did when we kind of talked about how me and Boots decided to tag along with this. Because initially, I did have a gym space that a lot of people didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? And it was off on the north side where I was paying a good amount of rent, but I was only having like 1 or 2 people come up. So the lesson that came from that was, and I can't remember the book, but it was basically nobody wants to eat at an empty restaurant. So before I got that location, I should have went on ahead and had people. So when he was like, before he wanted to open up the shop, he was like, you know, he reaching out to individuals now that he gonna get the truck, then he gonna end up going and, you know, actually get the location, which is very strategic in a sense. So luckily he didn't have to learn the same lesson that I did, but I literally went in the whole, cause I kept the spot for like 6 months. And I tell everybody, you learn lessons very quickly when you start losing good amounts of money, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make an adjustment. So with that adjustment, I actually started training out of my garage, my father's garage, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually that's where it led to more and more clients, which I actually had like 10 people at once in the garage. So like I said, I'm filling out the restaurant. I was like, damn, this ain't no space.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when I ended up going into partnership with my homeboy over on the south side, where I ended up becoming a co-owner. And then eventually the brand kind of got big enough for me to go out on my own. And that's when I reached out to Boots, and then we decided to do the collaboration to where ideally, like I told him, I'm trying to hit him up when he in Japan about 8 months to let him know, hey, we got the same issue. We need to go ahead and go on and get something else as well. So that would really be one of the main lessons that I would say, you know what I'm saying, me in the sense of trying to utilize and reach people that didn't know me yet. So AKA building up that nice dope ass restaurant, but not even really having food products out there for people to even taste and sample so they can actually even come in.
That's big time. And you hearing that story about taking a loss, that's a blessing. Taking that step back. We talk about it all the time on the podcast.
Got to.
The arrow got to come back.
The arrow never flies unless you pull it back. And it flies further when you pull it back and pull it down.
Oh my. Talk to him. What's to you? What's taking a loss to you on the chin and just battling back?
Well, I live in the performance industry. Basketball is really the performance and entertainment.
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. And it's all about constantly building your resume. I mean, I'll tell you about actually one loss that really shaped my career. It's my first year when I went to Italy. I went to Naples, Italy. Didn't know much about it. Signed for one of the biggest contracts for a rookie in Italy at this point. So I'm fresh out of college, and I have my hopes is high and stuff like that. And I get there, and it's just nothing like what I expected. Like, the team just lying to you, giving you fake checks. Fake checks, yes.
They doing the checks.
I went to practice one time and they locked us out the gym because the owner wasn't paying the gym. And that could be a whole nother episode by itself. Like my wife came, I had to sit out, almost had to threaten to sit out the game just to get a plane ticket for her. It was a full blown mess, man. And I was really at a dark place at that time because that's my first time being truly on my own. Like, it's one thing to be on your own and be in the comfort of being, you got family, you got a support system. My only support system was a FaceTime call, and I'm 6 hours away. So that's a whole, and I tell people all the time, it's like, being over there, especially my first experience, it felt like, I'd never been in prison, I'd never been caught in the system, but it's like you in prison, but you free.
You was isolated.
You isolated. Like, it's just
and
like
not speaking your language.
Not speaking your language, and you got to adjust to everything.
You was the foreigner.
You
was the foreigner.
Man, what? I was a real immigrant in Virginia, and no disrespect to any of my minorities. No, but there's just speaking facts, and I was in a really dark place, just trying to find out who I am, and just trying to figure out do I really love this basketball? Do I really love it?
Do I want to be a pro?
Yes, because if I have to keep doing this, man, I'm like, yo,
it
ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I could go to the job right now and make it I could.
Got a connection.
Yeah, I ain't go to my own home, but I don't gotta do this. But like Ray said, I had to really sit back and just really thinking and pondering, just sitting back. And my agent really told me, this is your first year is your hardest year. You can only go up from here. And just really sticking and grinding it out, and I eventually got out of Italy and went to ended up going to Israel.
Because that was the same year, right?
Yeah, the same year I left. I just left on a whim. So we came in, the owner came in, and this is the second or third meeting. He was like, yo, if you guys want to leave, you can. I booked my ticket right there when he said it. I said, yo, I'm out.
So he comes in to meet with the team, and he's telling the players.
He's telling the players, I'm trying to find another sponsor to pay everyone, but if you want to leave, you can go. He said he had 2 more meetings before that, and I tried to get my release papers. Had 2 teams ready to sign me, ready for whatever, and they wouldn't give me my release.
Wow.
So I said, you know what, forget this. I'll book my ticket, and I went to the game. They had a game the next day. I went to the locker room with a big ass pizza in my hand, packed packed in all. Like, yo, I'm out of here.
But see how that also transitions to the lessons. I bet now, you know what I'm saying, now his agency himself is now more thorough in investigating teams. And now, as you can see, I mean, we're prospering, you know what I'm saying? It's a great abundance within this group where the blessing comes.
Right.
And that loss taught me resilience, because I feel like now, like, and I tell people, stick it out. Like, you gotta grind it out. You gotta get your nails dirty. And sometimes, like, I mean, you don't got that weight, you don't got that resume, you might not have that clout yet. But the thing is, what gets you that clout is that grind and your story and what you've been through. And that speaks truly for itself. Because that way, when I talk to people, you know where it's coming from. It's not coming from just because, like I'm Damon or I'm Boots or whatever, who you know me by. Like, no, you like, he really went through this and he really seen the bottom of the bottom of how I could really get, but I've also seen the top.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, when you get to the top and you don't know how to handle it, that's a whole nother thing.
So, and that's a whole nother conversation of how to deal with success. Because we talking about losses right now.
Yeah.
But
that's one of the hardest things, how to deal with success. You can't, if you can give someone who doesn't have a lot right now, you give them $100,000, what they gonna do with that $100,000? Like, the thing is, you can't handle $500. You can't handle $100,000. I
ain't even gonna lie. If I had just came up with $100,000, nobody would even know.
You sure?
You wouldn't even know. I'll put down everything.
Probably him. He'll probably put
I'm dead. Like, you can legit ask it. Like, if I was to win the lotto, bro, like, my closest rounds to get, like, checks, like, blank checks that wouldn't have no type of info with my name on it, other than, like, if you heard this message, you would possibly know that it was me. But I was still just like, yo, like, yeah, crazy, bro. I got one of them checks, too, bro. Somebody out here giving us checks. We out here. We live.
I want to give it out.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Willy Wonka.
Hey. But, yeah. Nah, I mean, he's exactly right, yo. I mean, for real, that's crazy.
And with taking loss, because I know when you take a loss, I think it's definitely something internal that clicks for yourself. I know and people go through adversity and they don't really. Some people don't know how to deal with it because sometimes some people come from a place where they win a lot, things go their way a lot, and then you hit a little patch in your life where things aren't going right, and that's difficult to understand.
Yeah. You gotta have that. You have to have that resilience. You gotta have that. Like, hey, like, just highs and lows. This is life right here. It's a roller coaster. But even though your life is doing this, you gotta stay consistent. That consistency is what separates people.
I always say it's like a roller coaster. They let the bar down and you just put your hands up and just sit and enjoy the ride for real, man. So for you being in business, was this your first business venture, or have you had business? Because I know, or is it? So you've had other business ventures.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah, man. And I always say, like, every loss is a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta apply that lesson.
So profound.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people learn lessons but don't apply them.
Yeah, exactly. And so 2014, I started selling sneakers.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, I was selling sneakers. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought I found me a plug overseas. You know what I'm saying? I was happy. He was sending me pictures of all the new J's 3 months before they coming out. You know what I'm saying? Telling me, I got all these, you know what I'm saying? I got all these for you. Send him a stack. Western Union. Should have known. Should have known. You know what I'm saying? Should have known. But just
you're young.
You know what I'm saying? I was so young, and then
you think about as soon as that box.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as the box get in my hand, I'm gone. I'm taking off. Man, never seen no shoes. Never seen that money again. But that lesson right there taught me, like, you really gotta be detailed with what you're doing. You gotta really research. You gotta really look into it. You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know what I'm saying, hit the first thing you see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of researching, you know what I'm saying, doing their due diligence.
Dot your I's, cross your T's.
Exactly, for real.
You have to. I'm learning that now as we get farther in the so prolific, we're like doing different things in the group, and like you learn, hey, you gotta dot every I and cross every T. You gotta go through everything with a fine tooth comb, because if you don't, you don't want to leave something out. And what happened here? And if you just go through everything with a fine tooth comb and dot every I, cross every T, I feel like whatever venture, whatever you're going into, it'll be a lot more successful because you took the time. And so That's crazy because I do remember it was a time period where everybody had like a shoe plug.
No, facts.
And it was right around that time, and the Jordans was coming out, and they had, I could get them a month early.
I promise you, I was getting 2-3 months early.
Wow.
Yep.
And bro just went missing.
Went missing, dog.
You know what country he was in or anything like that?
I honestly can't remember. I feel like it was like like Pakistan or one of them type of countries.
The Middle East.
Middle East. Hustling.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
they be the hustle everywhere, bro. Everyone be hustling.
Oh, you can get scammed anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ain't no, there's no limit or area where you cannot be scammed.
Yeah.
Somebody trying to make money, if somebody need to do something, that's how it's gonna go.
My fault.
Go ahead.
And I
Go
learned
ahead.
to always do business, you know what I'm saying, face to face, you know what I'm saying, or at least always talk to the person, you know what I'm saying, know who you're talking to, and like, at least know a little bit about them.
And that's the thing about like business now. When people reach out, I like to see like, hey, what do you got going on, or if you posting different stuff, or can I FaceTime you? can we have a conversation? I want to hear your voice, or you have a trail that I can go down.
I can tell you one thing that I know that we do personally is that no matter what we do, we always get 3 quotes. So if you want to slack up on your game, that's cool. We got 2 other people lined up.
Yeah,
but
sure.
then we also got a chance to where we can dive into and be like, all right, bet we worked with this person before. We know this person worked with this person. So now we could do all the cross trail and we can do all the research that we need to. And then it's like, all right, bet that seems a little fishy. We still got 2 more. And then also now you got the price comparisons and the quality comparisons. So now, even when you bring that to others, because I tell everybody all the time, everything is a negotiation in life.
Exactly.
No matter what it is. Even if you're working a 9 to 5,
Man, that's right.
a lot of people don't know, but you can negotiate out of that 9 to 5.
Exactly.
If you're skilled enough, you can negotiate out of that 9 to 5. I mean, we know billionaires out here with full, no offense, redneck beards going to meetings with duck shoes and goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So like,
with the bag security.
Yeah, like bro, you're skilled enough and you can service. Everything's negotiable.
Everything
Period.
negotiable.
You know what I'm saying? It's just knowing that worth and then actually taking the time to be like, all right, bet this is why this should be like this. This is why this benefits you. This is why this benefits me. So I feel like when we have 3 sources, now we can pick the best option. The best option isn't always the cheapest option. That's a whole nother topic that we'll talk about.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
That the best option isn't always the cheapest option. For us, I felt like it was always comfortability. Can we get consistent effort, quality? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good. I wanted to ask you a question. So when you go into like the packaging for your, like how did you figure out like be detailed enough? Because I know it goes in a lot for you to have your bottles and everything that you gotta do for the juice.
Yeah.
Because I know now you know. So you like, hold on, I need to talk to this person. You got what? How much?
No, facts. Really a lot of research, man. From down to like what type of bottles to use, what all you need on the label. Because like as far as like when you selling like organic products or any type of product, your label they'll tell you on the Secretary of State, you know what I'm saying, what all has to be on the label. So it's just a matter of just researching what I really needed, so I wouldn't get caught up in, you know what I'm saying, get in any trouble with the.
So I definitely so pretty much what I surmised out of this whole conversation is that when taking a loss, everybody here is taking a loss and got details from it, got info from it, learned from it, and then use that as a step ladder to grow and become better.
Exactly.
And so that's pretty much the message that I want to get out to the people, is that I know plenty of people take losses, things happen, but you can't let it get you down. You got to understand that every situation is a learning experience.
And then also with that, to be honest, you should actually want for more problems. You should actually pray for bigger problems. If you had the same problems that you got from 5 years ago, from a year ago, you didn't grow.
Exactly.
We was talking about.
You was talking about it in your story.
I put that on the story the other day. Like I said,
man,
I was just
that.
like, damn, like you know what I'm saying, like yo, like
I had to put
these
the one of these on.
Yeah, for sure. Because
like,
it's not the same problem.
No, you know what I'm saying. So like, if you legit have that same problem, then you really need to sit back and look, because that means you either ignored it or you just decide not to resolve it. If you didn't resolve it, how can you?
Are you
really
comfortable
grow?
with it?
You know what I'm saying?
People just
Yeah.
comfortable with their problem.
Please don't be comfortable.
It's crazy. Like a lot of the conversation we have, it goes back to self-assessment. People not being honest with themselves. When things happen, you have got to take ownership and account. Hey, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
Oh, I did this, that, and the other. Let me learn from that and flip that.
Yeah.
And then watch yourself escalate
And quick side note though, every problem isn't bad though. So watch this. I'll give you an example of the bathroom. So one of the first problems that I had was I didn't have enough people for that one space. So I had to go to the garage, right? And then it got to the point where I actually had too many people. That's a problem. So I had to get another space. And just like I told him, it's like, yo, I want our problem to be like, man, we need to get another bigger location. So we don't have to perceive problems as bad. We can perceive them as, like I said, lessons for our future blessings.
Exactly, because if he didn't say he got in that space and having to leave that space, it taught him how to go get clients.
Yeah.
That's a lesson that you could take anywhere.
And that
Now you scared him.
and that applies to any genre, any avenue any path that you choose to go down to.
Exactly.
So learning how to acquire people to come into whatever you so choose.
We're gonna do a business course soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So, Akeem, Dr. OJ, this will not be the last time that we have you on this.
Oh, P.S. That juice was
I like
fire.
to hear
Yeah.
that. I'm about to ask y'all like,
Mine was a little frozen. Now I got it.
Bro, I had the lemonade, yo.
I had the double sip.
I need
I need
hey,
a
nah,
big one.
fact, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I need another cake.
I just dropped off five of them joints to somebody.
Yeah, I had the double sip mine.
Straight
I need-
all lemonade.
Oh yeah, I need that. That's up there. That might be a past the
lemonade right
Chick-fil-A
here? I'm
lemonade.
drinking
For real, for real.
Chick-fil-A, I love Chick-fil-A. They'll be consistent though.
Nah,
They'll be
cause
consistent.
People making
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about
I juice them
Chick-fil-A right
lemons.
now?
No.
I juice those
I
lemons.
got a question for you though. What would you say some of your benefits are from the juice? Because like I said, I know with the health and wellness and as a potential collaboration with us and So Pro, you know what I'm saying? Like this could actually be a chance for people to witness how a potential business meeting will go. So you know what I'm saying? What would you say would be the benefits of consuming these juices, or the benefits that you receive from living a vegetarian lifestyle and things like that?
Well, the benefits of juicing are it detoxifies the body. So what that does is it clears the body of all the harmful foods that we intake on a daily basis.
Okay.
And that's how people a lot of times lose weight through juice fasting. A lot of times, and also with juicing you're getting most of your minerals and vitamins and nutrients that you're not getting on a daily basis. Because a lot of times we're not eating fruits and vegetables on every meal. You know what I'm saying? So juicing helps. You know what I'm saying? To replace those lost vitamins and nutrients and things like that. And also with it being organic, that helps keep the body alkaline. And when the body is alkaline, it keeps you from getting sick, keeps the body from disease and things like that.
That's dope. And what was you saying about the vegetarian you was asking me?
No, I mean it was pretty much just tiny damn thing, because I know that and I also know one other thing. When I was doing research on it, they were saying that we actually utilize a lot of energy chewing our food, and I know some people actually utilize the juice fast to eliminate some of that. So yeah, that's cool, bro. Like,
And it's definitely an energy booster as well.
Yeah, facts. I'm definitely an advocate for utilizing it. You know what I'm saying?
I just sampled the lemonade. I feel bad for one of our camera people. I stole it. That lemonade was crazy.
That's wild.
That's a blessing.
You are something else.
Hey, look, that's the top seller right there.
I had to, because really, when I knew you was doing OJ. When I said lemonade, I'm a lemonade guy. I'm like, yo, I need parts of that lemonade.
And that's no sugar. And that's no sugar.
That's no sugar.
Like, that
no
was
sugar.
crazy.
That's straight apples and lemons.
But that goes to show you though, like we don't have to have processed sugars to
No, we
naturally
don't.
make these things sweeter.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna let you plug yourself. You got anything else you want to tell the people? We gonna get out of here.
Health is wealth. You can follow us on IG at Dr. OJ Juice.
So prolific.
Hey, so prolific.
Is the promo still going up?
So
Promo is still going up. Hey, go get your shirts, man. Hey, soprolificgroup.com.
Get a black one and a white one.
A black one and a white
Let's
one.
get a black one.
Hey, so Pro 2019. The S in the So is capital, and P in the Pro is capital.
All right, man. So we're gonna wrap this up. I wanna give a shout out to something special right here. We got the Reese Michelle Styles.
Ooh,
Mikhail, excuse me.
that
Thank
boy
you.
can't
That's-
read.
that's-
That boy can't read. It's alright.
It's my own writing too. But I'm gonna put the Instagram. Go on the Instagram and check it out for your styles, ladies out there. REASMICHELSTYLES.
Hey, that she got the styles for you go to work and you can go party after work. You go get the drip. Okay, go get the drip, man. Go get the drip.
So it's that before
Yeah.
that 9 to 5 drip and that after 5 drip.
All day drip.
Good.
The all day drip.
Good.
Hey, also special shout out to So Prolific Productions.
Wow.
That's
They
they
ain't even know
filming
that
this
was
right now. They ain't know that was coming.
I ain't know he was gonna say that.
So Prolific Productions in the building.
Wow.
Hey, you know who you are.
Take over.
Shout out to the homie, man. Yeah,
Shout
that's
out.
a blessing. That whole opportunity, how that whole situation happened. We're gonna talk about that soon. But that's a real blessing. That's so prolific. Yeah, it's a blessing. I appreciate everybody. Born abundant, continue to flourish, all that wonderful stuff. I want to thank King for coming through, bro. This
Yes, my
won't be
God.
your last
Yeah,
round.
appreciate dog too.
That
man.
juice was amazing,
I'm
bro.
definitely trying to come back.
You stay blessed. I'm so happy for you and proud of you because you know what I'm saying. We go back, so I know the
Right.
family, I know
Right.
everybody, and that's dope. I'm happy for everything, all the success.
Shout out
You
to the
deserve
East
all of
Side.
that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, big shout out to the East Side. I'm a West Side guy, but I ain't no problem with the East. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's the episode of So Prolific, man. We appreciate y'all for sticking around and stay blessed. Highly favored.
Sean Bryce, stay blessed. Love y'all.
Yeah.